cost of living.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was thinking.
I'm pretty lucky because I work as a software engineer. I think especially these 2-3 years, like the inflation rate is just it's checking up. That's because we just bought a.
Oh, you bought a house.
We bought a house, meaning when the interest rate is going up, our mortgage will also go up as well. Even for us, we have a pretty okay salary. However, still feel the pain.
Today I am with two very special guests that traveled quite far to be here. From where? Where are you?
Canada. We also live in Vancouver now. Whoa.
Okay, was that magical? That was like, welcome to Taiwan. There was like 1,000 pigeons, and I don't think we got pooed on, so I think we're good. Where are the two of you from?
I'm from Taoyuan originally. However, I moved to Taipei for work, and I started university in Hsinchu.
Oh, so you've spent most of your life in Taiwan in the north?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are from?
Yeah, I'm from Hsinchu.
What's special about Hsinchu?
I think the wind is very windy.
Oh, it's a very windy place.
Yeah, very windy place.
Both of you are currently living in Canada. What brought the two of you to Canada?
Because his job.
Yeah, because my job. So I work as a software engineer in a U.S. company. I work in this company is almost 12 years now. So
oh, you've been there a while.
Yeah, it's a long time. There were 15 of us in the same department, and we all moved to Vancouver together.
Yeah.
You guys met in
Taiwan, yeah.
Yes.
Where did the two of you meet?
In university.
Yeah. When we first met, we were students, but we haven't. We didn't be together. It's only after I went to the military and go back to. I work in Hsinchu after that.
Did you graduate and then you went to the army?
Yeah, I graduated and went to the army after.
How long were you in the army for?
11 months.
What year was that you moved to Canada?
2017.
Yeah.
Was that hard for you to leave your job and go to Canada?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it's hard for me to living in Canada with him. I'm not sure what I want to do in the beginning.
You're a YouTuber in Canada.
Yeah.
Is that why you started YouTube? Because you were like, what am I going to do in Canada? And then you started the YouTube?
Yeah.
Did both of you experience culture shock?
Yeah, I think the one she mentioned the most is the smell of marijuana on the street.
Which is now legal in Canada. Like here, it's just like any other drug. But there, it's like you go to the liquor shop to buy alcohol and you go to the pot shop to buy pot.
Yeah.
And that's just normal.
Yeah.
What did you think about, like, it was very multicultural?
I kind of experienced that even when in Taiwan, because I work in an international company. I have a Indian boss and I have a colleague. They are living in Taiwan, however, they are from France and they are from.
Oh, you had an Indian boss, a French colleague.
Yeah.
Oh,
like interesting stuff is that they all speak like Mandarin pretty well. Well, Indian boss don't speak Mandarin, but like my French colleagues speak.
What's
Mandarin.
with French people and how good their Chinese is? Can I just say that? Because every French guy I know, or woman, is like perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect Mandarin.
And most of us still Taiwanese, so we kind of, even we work in international companies, we still speak Mandarin for most of the time.
That's cool.
But however, we kind of get used to this kind of culture to have different people from different backgrounds.
How stressful was that for you to have to speak English?
Because we just learn English in the school, but we don't use the English in the
for
company.
Conversation.
Yeah. And I remember when in the beginning, when I go to the supermarket in Vancouver, I feel nervous because they will ask you, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
Are you good? Yeah.
The people who work there, right?
Yeah.
How was your day? The medical care in Taiwan versus Canada, how would you compare them?
In Canada, you kind of, the first entry is always family doctor, right? You need to go to a family doctor to be charged to different specialists. And And in Taiwan, if you get stomach ache, you go to find a stomach doctor, a clinic directly. It kind of makes good and bad because you will know like a lot of Taiwanese they go to clinic just for small flu.
You mean like they take advantage of it here a little bit?
It's kind of natural, right? When the system is so accessible, you just don't think. I just go to the doctor and that's where I start to realize after move to Canada, I start to just learn what kind of medicine I need to.
Do I really need this or not?
I would look at label, like what's this medicine for? Because like in Taiwan, I would just go to the clinic and the doctor will give me like green pill, red pill,
pink pill,
and
yellow pill.
I don't even know what they are.
I always actually research, and often I get rid of like some of them are like, why do I need this?
But in Taiwan, I don't do that before.
You don't need to.
And now in Canada, I'm more conscious about like what kind of medicine, what is for.
Okay, so that's an interesting. Did you become more health conscious?
Because you need to wait for a period of time but it's actually good for your knowledge because you need to take care of yourself.
Because we should take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
What was your feeling about the medical system in Canada?
I think I like the
dentist
in Canada.
They spend more time on it.
Spend more time.
They're more detailed the way they clean your teeth, right? I agree with you.
Taiwan is just 5 minutes.
It's like, what? You're done? What?
Yeah,
and you look in the mirror and you're like, really? Did you?
yeah.
For me, I like Chinese medicine.
Oh.
So, sadly, Chinese medicine is not part of the medical care in Canada.
Yeah.
So the last time I went to a Western doctor myself is like, I don't even remember.
Oh,
it's probably been like 3 years. I usually just go to a Chinese medicine doctor. Like, I really can't remember the last time I took any Western medicine.
That's good.
But grandma and grandpa, when my kids are sick, if they're at their house, they will take them to the doctor.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, and then...
That's default setting.
Yeah, default setting. And then I'm looking at the bag, I'm like, what is all this stuff?
Yeah.
I'm like, he just had a little cough. So it is interesting, Cost of living.
Oh.
Yeah, because I was thinking, when you reached out to me, I was like, oh, this is great. I want a opportunity to talk to Taiwanese that are living in Canada. What's your feeling about the cost of living?
Yeah.
Like, are you working to live? Are you living to work? What's going on?
Well, I definitely want to say I'm pretty lucky because I work as a software engineer.
It's a good paying job.
So my salary is okay for me to support my life in Canada. I think especially these 2-3 years, like the inflation rate is just it's jacking up.
Since 2020 or whatever, like things just went.
Yeah, we feel that from the mortgage rate.
Oh.
Because we just bought a.
Oh, you bought a house.
We bought a house right before I think the interest rate still.
You caught it at the right time.
Yeah, interest rate still pretty low, like 1 point something. But the thing is that when we bought a house, that we signed the contract with variable rate.
Yeah.
So meaning when the interest rate is going up, our mortgage will also go up as well because it's variable, right? It's following in the market. Like we didn't expect the interest rates have such huge differences. So it's coming from like 1.9 to like 5% and 6%.
Whoa!
So my monthly payment increased around like 1,000 Canadian dollar. That's the cost of living that impact like every single person because like
everyone
even for us we have a pretty okay salary, however still feel the pain so much.
You have a job as well, like outside of YouTube or just YouTube?
Yeah, just YouTube. It's my full-time job.
That's
but
awesome.
it's not stable
I know.
salary.
That's why I'm a teacher and a YouTuber.
We actually also make a few adjustments. We rent out our place.
Oh, okay.
And we actually moved to our friends' rooms. So because the interest rate is so high, your monthly payment is so high, so it makes more sense to kind of rent.
You're renting it out, and then you're renting something cheaper.
Yeah, make more kind of risk free.
Gotcha.
Because so one thing about being a software engineer is that starting from 2020, also have a lot of layoff happening. Oh, not 2020. Sorry, that like these 2-3 years that
Are the layoffs because they don't need as many people?
I think
Because
that's
of AI or
the one biggest concern about AI is just replace the job. Like one interesting is that people always think with the advance of AI or computer, it will start replace some labor job like construction worker or even driver
It
the
might.
self-drive. But however, the first job got replaced is actually the knowledge worker. For me, it's kind of a shock because I didn't realize it before.
what do you when you're living in Canada? What do you miss about Taiwan?
I think I miss the street food.
Yes.
Like
Any particular?
tofu.
Oh, you like it?
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning of my channel, I made a bunch of videos about different night markets and sticky tofu. What is the number one food you miss about here?
Oh, I kind of enjoy how convenient in Taiwan you can find the healthy bentong.
Yan dun is what I miss
Yeah.
when I'm in Canada. Even when I go home for a month to visit Canada, I miss the lunchbox.
Yeah, lunchbox.
I think about it even a month away from Taiwan.
Yeah.
What's
What's your favorite part of Canada?
Right now I miss snowboarding. Yeah,
Ooh.
because it's the snowboarding time.
Oh, you snowboard?
Yeah, we
Oh,
love
cool.
snowboarding.
Oh yeah, you're in BC. Snowboarding must be
Yeah.
amazing there.
Yeah.
So you like the winter time in Canada?
Yeah. I think probably because snowboarding. Like after we start to enjoy snowboarding, we enjoy the wintertime more.
Did you find your first year, both of you, your first year in the winter, was it hard for you because it's so cold?
Yeah.
She will talk
Yeah.
about it.
Like, did you get depressed a little bit?
Yeah, I
'Cause
think
even
I
I got
feel-
depressed as a
Yeah,
Canadian
yeah.
in the
Yeah.
wintertime.
Yeah. In the
No
first
sun.
year, yeah. In the raining all day, yeah.
Oh yeah, Vancouver raining, Toronto
Yeah.
snowing,
Oh,
and,
snowing, yeah.
and no sun. You know, everyone's just like this all the time. Like,
Yeah.
oh. What's your favorite Canadian food?
Canadian food. It's
I know, what does that
challenging.
mean, obviously,
Yeah.
but I mean,
Yeah.
like, it could be from any country, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, that you would eat regularly.
Mm.
Do you eat a lot of Asian food there?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Vancouver, you can eat a lot of Japanese food, obviously, right?
True.
Sushi.
True. Japanese food in Vancouver is pretty good.
Yeah.
So good.
I also like the pho.
Oh, pho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Vietnamese food.
Vietnamese
yeah,
food.
yeah,
Oh.
I like it.
Taiwan, you can find lots of good Vietnamese restaurants.
Oh.
You pay 3 times more there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, it's minimum $20 to
Yeah.
eat, like
Yeah.
one person, around.
Yeah.
Between $15 and $20 for one person.
Yeah.
Can you imagine spending 450 NT
Yeah.
every time you eat out just for yourself?
And it's more than that because you need to pay tips now.
Yeah, and tax. Sales
Oh,
tax.
tax.
Yeah.
So, one of the many reasons I love living here. What do people think about Taiwan, or what do people say about Taiwan? Like, do you ever talk to non-Taiwanese people in Canada? Like, what their view of, like, do they always bring up Big Brother watching Taiwan? Like, is that always the topic of about China and Taiwan, or like, how do people see Taiwan now?
The COVID definitely probably Taiwan make a impression on the
Or
international.
like how well they
Yeah,
dealt with it? You mean?
yeah,
Or-
because
yeah.
that I found that kind of impression does
Yeah.
get people to start know more about like Taiwan.
Hashtag Taiwan can help.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, I think you are right. Always the hottest topic is about
Yeah.
like the China threat about.
On the
Yeah.
news, right?
Yeah,
On
it's
the,
everywhere
On
on the-
Western news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I always get into the China-Taiwan topic.
do you-
like the moment I mentioned I'm Taiwan.
Yeah. Do
Taiwanese.
you ever have you had arguments with like people about
no,
it?
I personally not that kind of aggressive about
Yeah.
like trying to persuade that because I think the more I learn about like the people from China because
Yeah.
they are get told as they are kids, right? So it's almost impossible to. For them it will be a shock to tell them what you learn in your entire life is wrong. But I think it's important to have this conversation. Even
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
want
so
to be
too.
aggressive. Still
Yeah.
need to tell them.
Yeah,
We still
yeah.
need to have this conversation because it's also important to have to see things in different perspective. Just
I think so too. Yeah. What can't you get used to
in
about
Canada.
Canada?
Probably the healthcare system need to again be more accessible a little bit. I do find it's good that how the healthcare, once you get in, when I talk to dentists, Canadian family doctor, the details they are getting into, and basically just the time they're willing to spend with you is
longer.
It's better than how Taiwan
But
works.
if you're terminally ill, you might die before you see a
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah, the waiting time the waiting time to get into the system. That's one thing I think need to.
I was saying,
need
like
to
my
change.
father, like I said, he needs to get an MRI, and he's like, maybe I'll be dead before. He was making jokes about it. Right?
Yeah, I probably cannot get used to that because I'm only getting older and older. So
Yeah.
I probably need that more and more.
I think the restaurants tip. Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the tips
me
is
so angry.
higher and higher.
You got the
Not
pressure.
Yeah,
You got the pressure to pay it.
then
Like
You're saying it's
12%.
going up?
Yeah.
it used to be 15%,
Yeah,
right?
15%.
And right now 80%.
Canada. The healthcare thing, it's more problematic as you get older, because that's when you want to go faster.
Yeah,
But
you need that.
You need it. But when you're younger, it's probably not as big of a
Yeah.
deal. Have you dealt with any racism? Canada's pretty serious about not being
Not
a
being
racist
racist.
place, but have you dealt with any?
Yeah, sometimes I don't feel that it's a racism. I probably just kind of, because some homeless people will get really just aggressive in general, like to people around them.
Yeah.
And I think COVID time there's a little bit there's a little bit of racism like
Oh,
at the
because
news.
they think that thing that everyone was
Yeah.
scared about came from Asia,
From China.
Yeah.
from China,
Yeah.
and they look at you and they don't know the
Yeah.
difference between you
Yeah.
being Taiwanese or being from China.
Yeah.
Although I feel sorry for the Chinese people too.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So did you deal with that a little bit?
I just can recall one time
It
when
stayed
I
in your heart though.
yeah
right?
when I walk on the street and
Yeah.
then I think the people just
Yeah.
asked me to go back to
Yeah,
China.
Go back to China.
Go back to China.
Everyone was scared during that time and they wanted somebody to blame.
Yeah.
No, I can imagine that would have been hard. What was it like being in lockdown though? Was it terrible?
I think it's really highly depend on the occupation.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
because as a software engineer we actually have more jobs during the COVID time compared
Yeah.
to but some people were losing job, right? We bought our first car, Tesla.
Oh,
Model 3 just before the COVID,
Yeah.
and it arrived during the COVID time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we
You
haven't.
couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah, we couldn't go anywhere. We just have our car. So because the travel mandate is that you cannot go to the park that outside your city, I think. So we just drive along the highway to some of the park,
Yeah.
and we didn't get out of the car.
Yeah.
We just sit in the car and watch and just
Right.
drive back.
Yeah.
And along the highway, there's no car at all
Everyone was home.
because the lockdown just started.
So you could make
Yeah.
like an apocalypse movie.
It
during that
is
time.
like apocalypse. Yeah, yeah.
What's your advice to Taiwanese people that are currently in Taiwan thinking about moving to Canada?
Oh, moving to Canada.
Yeah.
Like you say, I think the cost of living is definitely the top concern, right? Just because
Yeah.
right now it's kind of in the spike, and
Yeah.
it just getting stabilized. I think that's one thing you need to, because it's changing a lot. Like the moment you think is okay, that's the amount of money I need, but
And then
then in a few months maybe it
inflation.
it starts to change that.
So be financially comfortable before you move.
Yeah.